here we are in Asheville, North Carolina, with Scott of Pastime Comics. Scott, we have to say first off, we're a fan of your YouTube page.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, it's pretty silly most of the time.
But we have to say, whenever we travel, we always try to hit the cool comic stores, and yours definitely is of that caliber. I'm looking at your wall comics, and yes, we do judge comic stores to a degree based on, well, not just to a degree, based on their back issues. You got to have some cool back issues, not just be a diamond distribution center. And you're going back golden age to modern age, lots of keys, lots of new things, everything in between. Tell us about how you got into comics.
Well, I probably started collecting comics seriously around 77 when, Star Wars came out. That's my first comics, basically. So
I have to say, that was one of the early, seeing that Green Rabbit. Yeah, I thought that was part of the I thought that was part of the Star Wars universe. Yeah. Like, I didn't realize there was no thing as expanded universe back then. It's like, well, it's Star Wars. Yeah. Where's the Green Rabbit in the movies?
Yeah, most definitely. I would love to see that Green Rabbit. But yeah, I've been collecting comics ever since then. So, and I'm 50 years old, and this shop's been around since 1980, and I've been an owner for several years now. But Chris, my co-owner, he's been here for almost 20 years. So we just love comics, man. That's our first thing. We love reading them, love collecting them, and being just surrounded by them.
But at what point, being a comic fan as a child, was it always a passion of yours to own a comic store, or was it something that became a reality later on? What was the transition point? Because this is not your average comic store. It's you are focused on the comic collector, not the casual pop culture fan. This is a hardcore comic store's dream.
Yeah, it's not a Big Bang Theory kind of thing going on here. It's a comic book shop, so.
Old school comic shop.
There you go. I mean, we read all the comics that come in. We read, we've always read. I always wanted to be in the comics industry in some way, either in art or storytelling, or just now I get to be in a shop. So, but I've been in retail most of my career. So, but I don't know. I just love comics, man. And I love the people that are my customers and stuff. It's fun to talk to them about what they love and what they're collecting. It's a good group of people. So,
any wild questions?
Most of the questions we get, like the weird questions, would be like, "What's your most expensive comic in here?" And I'm like, well, "Why do you need to know what's the most expensive comic?"
That's a common question, though, that a lot of people ask store owners because, to a degree, stores like yours are a museum. People want to see this is a historical tour of the comic medium.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can, it's comics from 40s all the way up to now, so it's every genre. There's always crazy questions and stuff, though. There's a lot of we got a lot of characters in, but I don't know if I have a specific story to tell you, or maybe not want to call out anything there. So nothing bad or anything, but we're all eccentric weirdos. So, but in a good way.
That is so true. That's what makes comic stores like this feel so comfortable coming in.
I love to talk to people what they like to collect and read. And everybody's got your own taste. If we all had the same taste, it would be boring. So we all can't like Batman. So, but there's so many different things to read in comics today. So, and I love that it's such a diverse group of people too that read comics. I love the fact that we've got a huge female group of people that read comics. It's awesome, and they're putting out comics for everybody.
Well, my wife and I met each other at a convention, and that was one of the things that she loves comics and reads comics too. And when I went to her apartment, she had comics, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is the girl for me."
Yeah, and you were so excited.
And that's the amazing thing is, when I was growing up, that was you'd see ads in magazines and stuff like kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and there was always a girl at the table. But in my world, there were no girls that liked it. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a different world now, which is a great thing. It's that awesome. Everyone, it's geek culture is cool, and everyone is seeing that, and we're seeing that diversity it's a good thing for the industry.
Yeah, I mean, in a whole, I mean, it's influenced TV and movies and video games. Every aspect of entertainment is now influenced by comic books, and even if people don't know that.
Yes,
I love being sitting there watching something and go, oh, that's this is from a comic book or a graphic novel, and they're like, what?
Well, a big show that everyone at my job likes is The Boys, and people can't believe that is actually a comic book that's been around for some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around for 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's a great show. It's funny. And it's a lot more rough in the comics, for sure. A lot of those people find that out and go, oh. I mean, the show's rough, but it's fun. So.
All right. So any particular unique things that you look for when you're buying comic collections? Because obviously you buy some deep collections looking at your wall of fame.
Well, we like to find a lot of weird stuff with, like, you got to look back at Silver Age weird covers from, like, Superman getting crying and things like that on the cover.
I see Charleston comics on the wall.
Yeah, you got to look.
Random.
Yeah, but that's what people are looking for. You got to find key appearances and first issues and all that. But I just like to have a good diverse pile of comics around here.
So when you're looking, have you ever gotten a collection where you look at it and say, "Oh my God, this is amazing"?
Oh yeah, that we had one maybe a couple of years ago, and it was like all like key Bronze Age issues where it was like first Thanos, first Luke Cage, first Iron Fist. It was just like, holy crap, how did I? And you're like, cool, and then we got it, and then you're like, oh, I got a first Ghost Rider. This is awesome, weird stuff like that.
Now, you're saying that you have such an immense turnaround with your key issues. That how do you think that has happened? That your store has become a central point of people in the area knowing that you get the good stuff.
Because we're always looking for it, and we usually have pretty good prices on things. So, and we will work with you on the prices. We're good with trading for things and stuff like that too. We just want to just keep it out there, keep everybody happy getting the stuff they're looking for. So, yeah.
What do you think the biggest challenge in the comic industry is right now? Is there one?
Not having enough of something. And then not being able to stock certain things where it suddenly becomes hot and you only have a few and you can't reach the demand sometimes. But it's just trying to stay on top of trends is the hardest thing to do in the comics industry as far as that goes.
Yeah, because of the diversity, there's no longer a 2 or 3 hot items. Hot items just pop up randomly, right?
Daily something's hot. And you're like, yeah, we have a lot of that problem a lot of times. You're like, okay, this week it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin.
Yeah.
And it's like, there wasn't enough. And Turtles doesn't sell a lot anyway, so it makes it even harder for a store to go, how much do I invest? And will people be coming to get this? Yeah. And will they be coming for number 2? Or are they just getting the hot book this week? So...
As I'm talking to you, we're both looking at these amazing things like Adventure Comics number 256, first appearance of the Green Arrow by Kirby. Strange Adventures number 215. I mean, you go back, you deep dive a lot of early Neil Adams stuff. Yeah. It's the whole gambit. Early Amazing Spider-Mans.
X-Men. You got
first appearance of Phoenix. I mean, it's give our listeners a virtual tour, an audio tour of what it like to visit this incredible store.
Well, usually you come through the front door, we'll usually greet you and say, how you doing, see if we can help you out.
Okay, that's huge to me.
Yeah.
If you ignore me when I walk in, I mentally shut down.
Yeah.
So, this feels like a comfortable place right off the bat.
I mean, you got to acknowledge your customers, and because they may be looking for something right off the bat. Plus, you want them to feel welcome. So, and... in this day of masks, you're not sure if people are, are being pleasant or not, a lot of times. So it's been a challenge this year, but it's been a good year, though. It's actually been a pretty good year in the comics industry, though, as far as at least our shop's done very well, actually. Usually you come in, you check out. Most people will usually walk this way and see all the older stuff where we're behind the counter, and then we have the new wall with the new. That's where they usually go for new graphic novels, and then we have plenty of back issues, probably the biggest in Asheville area. Mm-hmm. And we got a huge selection of just graphic novels.
Because that's an area that has expanded over the years.
It's been huge. It is super huge, and it's easier for new readers because you can't go back and buy a Detective Comics 27 or Amazing Fantasy 15. You can read a collection that'll have that in there. You can at least read the story. We got plenty of games. We have a really good kids section. That's something we pride ourselves on with the families and stuff, and try to, because they're young readers. We got to keep the readers coming. So, raising a new generation of comic book readers. So,
do you see that happening? A lot of families coming in.
Yeah. We've got a pretty good amount of families coming in, and that's super awesome, man. It's cool to see a kid get they come in, their eyes just light up because they're like, I didn't know a place like this existed, and there's so much. They're like raccoons with shiny objects when they come in.
I wish I had something like this when I was a kid. A Wawa or a Cumberland Farm convenience store.
I had like a drugstore, and stuff, that little spinner, and that was about it. And then you find a comic shop, you're like, what? It's amazing. I would love to. Yeah, if I was a kid and came into a shop like this, I'd freak out. But yeah, it's cool to have the families coming. So.
And you have collectibles too. I see G.I. Joe. It's not limited to just the traditional comics. You go into the things that comic fans like too, like toys.
Toys and statues, and the pops are always super hot and stuff. We have some board games, and we have a lot of the horror stuff. We got the different puzzles and just novelties.
We found a huge collection of Fangoria magazines.
That Fangoria collection is pretty cool. It's I know some guys have keep coming in to pick through it at a time. So we love horror here too. So we try not to stick it in your face though, because you got the families, of course, still too.
But it's nice to see all this retro stuff here.
Yeah, man, it's super fun. Super fun. I get to live this dream every day, even though it doesn't. I may not be getting rich off things, but I enjoy this job. So I enjoy doing this.
Fantastic. Any other closing words?
Just buy some comics, man. Try something.
Do you do mail order?
Yeah, we do mail order. We also do, we have an eBay store. We can sell anything over the internet and stuff. So it's pretty fun.
And trying stuff new. That is the most important thing, to constantly expand your horizon.
And that's one thing that Chris and us pride ourselves on. We do read almost everything that comes in every week, so we can usually make you a recommendation and stuff. We usually try to find something good about everything. So, usually there's not anything bad. Depends on your taste.
Your address where our listeners could find you?
It's Pastimes, 175 Weaverville Road in Asheville, North Carolina. So, and it's pastimes.comics.games@gmail.com if you need to do that. And we also are on Facebook and Instagram too, and Twitter.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being an incredible host while we're visiting here.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me be on your show.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our Facebook group. Live long, and may the force be with you. Nanu Nanu.